For me, more simple explanation, to win the competition against your competitor, you have to be different from others. No? So differentiation is one very important weapon. And I prepare another explanation here. Base differentiation. How to differentiate your products. Do you remember about the customer needs? I mentioned 4. Customer needs, some people require the product quality, service quality. So again, the same, product and services. Some people require additional supplementary service, like after-sale service and so on. So how to differentiate your products? Second weapon is supplementary services. Third weapon, Porter said cost leadership, and he said it's different from differentiation. But for me, even cost leadership, it's a kind of price differentiation. Differentiate in price. Now you will sell your product at lower cost. That is one of the differentiation. So I would say price differentiation. Fourth weapon is the brand. Now, if you have a strong brand like iPhone, Apple, people buy because when people like your brand. Maybe some of you has the bag of Louis Vuitton. It's very expensive, but still many people buy it. Why? Because they like this brand, Louis Vuitton. So the brand is one very strong weapon for the differentiation. Again, products, supplementary services, price, brand, it's exactly the same as customer needs. Elements, no? Elements of the customer's needs. Elements of the customer needs, it can also be considered elements for differentiation. So again, 4 things, you just remember 4 things for understanding customers' needs as an element, and also for the differentiation as a weapon for the competition. Okay? But these 4 weapons for the competition, what do you think? Which one is the most strongest weapon?
I think
yes,
all
Mr.
4
Pachita.
Yes, I think all 4 are important because, as you say, for example, for Louis Vuitton, for the brand,
yes,
people buy it without complaining about the price.
Yes, exactly.
Even though it's expensive, people
right.
still buy it because of the brand.
Yes. So the brand is very strong, and
Yes.
of course, sometimes when people look at the quality of the products, the quality of the product is very important, strong.
Yes.
But,
so for a good quality, maybe people don't mind paying more money for it. Yeah.
Yes. But this, one of them, price differentiation. Usually price differentiation means lower price. To sell the product lower than the competitor. But this price differentiation, lower price, that means you will get less profit. And if your competitor decide to sell much lower price at lower prices than yours, what is your reaction? Maybe you try to lower more. This kind of price competition ended up with no profit because you and the competitors try to provide the product at lower prices, and you will continue this kind of competition. In the end, people can buy the things at lower price, very low price, but your companies will get no profit. So the price competition, if possible, it's better to avoid this price competition, price differentiation. First, if you're in the company, if you think about the possible weapon for the differentiation, think about other three first, then price competition later. That is the last result. And there is a kind of cycle of differentiation. Now, as I explained, price competition should come later so that you can have bigger profit. Which is better? Of course, brand is better, but establishing the brand, it's not so easy. Establishing a brand like Apple, it's not easy. Maybe you have to spend so much money, you have to invest on promotion and so on, much money for establishing brand. So it's a little bit difficult. Maybe the first thing you can do is this product differentiation. Try to develop new products which is unique, not the same, not similar to others. Then people select your products. The second, once you introduce the unique products, your customer, your competitor thinks, oh, that company sell really good products, very unique. Then what is the reaction of the competitor? They try to introduce another unique product. So you compete improving the products with new functions, new shape. Then maybe in the end, both of your products look similar. One example, when Sony introduced Walkman, do you know Walkman? Maybe young people do not know Walkman. Elder people knows it. Okay, we know. Okay, good. Because Walkman, it was first developed by Sony. It was a very unique product. Later, other company like Panasonic or Sanyo, those are Japanese companies, they introduced similar products like Walkman. Then what Sony did, try to add more functions in their Walkman. Then people find out Sony's Walkman is better because with more functions. Then what is the reaction of the Panasonic? They added similar functions. So with this kind of competition of the product differentiation, if they continue, in the end, several companies sell similar products. And what will happen next? If it is difficult to add more functions on the products, then company try to add not additional function or better quality, but the services, supplementary services. Let's say when people buy Walkman, Sony's Walkman, Sony guarantee for 3 years. No, before only 1 year, but now guarantee period 3 years, better than Panasonic, because Panasonic guarantee only for 1 year. Then what will happen? No, Sony differentiated with supplementary services. Then what happened? Panasonic extend the guarantee period from 1 year to 3 years. So now both of them have similar services, supplementary services. And again, both companies try to be different by adding more services. Then what will happen in the end? Similar services, supplementary services, similar products, similar supplementary service. Then in the end, they come to the price competition. So there is a kind of cycle of the differentiation. First, product differentiation. Second, supplementary service differentiation. Third, price differentiation. And when both companies get tired and they find out if they continue this price competition, they will lose their profit. Then they try to introduce the new products. So there's a cycle. After the price competition, they will come back to the price differentiation. Brand differentiation is different. Once you can establish a brand like Louis Vuitton, people buy it. Even though product seems similar to different kind of bag, but people buy Louis Vuitton because they like this brand name. Of course, the best thing is to establish this kind of brand, but usually it's difficult for ordinary companies. So they go through these cycles of the differentiation. And here I want to introduce one more theory by Philip Kotler. He made many frameworks. And he also introduced one framework for the means of competition. That is called competitive position strategy. He defined the companies as leader, market leader, as market challenger, market follower, and market niche. 4 kinds of companies. Market leader, which has a top market share, not the biggest company in the industry. And market challenger, usually they are the number 2 or number 3 company in the market. Follower, their market share much lower than number 2, number 3 companies. And Kotler said, usually market leader, because they sell more than others, they have overwhelmingly advantage position in many cases, like Porter said, cost leadership, because they produce more, their unit cost production is lower, so they can enjoy the cost leadership. And Kotler expressed not cost leadership, but overwhelmingly advantaged position in the market, especially the cost. So they will utilize, the market leader should utilize such kind of advantaged position. Number 2 or number 3 companies, according to Kotler, they are called market challenger. Market challenger, what kind of means of competition they can utilize? He said, differentiate with products to expand market share. So again, it is similar to Porter's generic strategies. This is the market leader. That's why here I put market leader. And this differentiation, according to Porter, by market challenger, according to Kotler. Followers, their means of competition slightly different. Followers, because they are not so big, smaller than number 3 companies, it's a little bit difficult for them to try to be number 1. Followers, usually their intention is to survive in the industry, not to lose too much revenue. So they just follow what other leading company have been doing. And usually followers, because their size is not so big, they try to reduce the investment in research and development by imitation and efficient operation for low prices. Imitation, that means they don't spend too much on research and development. They wait for others to develop new products. After market leader or market challenger introduce new product in the market, they try to scrutinize that products and try to imitate those products and services. That is their strategy. not to spend too much money on research and development. And also they try to lower the cost for the operation. Of course, how to lower the cost of operation, they will learn from other bigger companies. Toyota introduced Toyota production system to have lower production cost than smaller company like Daihatsu. Daihatsu try to imitate what Toyota introduced, their production system in their factories. Not to find out by themselves, but try to imitate to lower the prices. And Nissan is different. Again, Nissan is here, focus. That's why here I put market feature. Their way to survive, to compete, is to focus on niche market that others would not pursue. So the Kotler's framework, very similar to the Porter's generic strategies. One difference here, follower. He added one more type of competition as a means of competition for follower. So you can think of, now you know Porter's generic strategies with 3 strategies, Kotler's strategy with 4 kind of strategies. Porter's framework plus follower, that is 2 famous professors' theory and framework. Do you have any questions so far? No? We will have a group discussion later, so let me continue explaining this. Here, I explained there is a cycle of the differentiation, and the best strategy is establishing brand, but it's difficult. So for most of the companies, product differentiation comes first, supplementary services comes next, price differentiation comes last. Like this, competitors already know the preferred order of the differentiation. You know the preferred order of the differentiation. That is the same for competitors. Competitors also know the preferred order of the differentiation, and often ending up with price competition. This is something I already explained. Then how to avoid this, how to be better than the competitors. For example, compete in the next cycle ahead of competitors. What does it mean? You compete with your competitor here, product differentiation. All the enterprises in the market still compete in product differentiation. Then you will be the first one to use the supplementary service differentiation. Then you can enjoy the benefit of using this for the as a first company. Here again, compete in next cycle ahead of competitors. That means ahead of other companies, you will compete with the next cycle of the differentiation. Okay? And sometimes if there is one big company, market leader, they try to impede your businesses. One example here, Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola Japan is the biggest company in Japan producing beverages. So their size is the biggest. They have enough capital. When other company introduce unique products, Coca-Cola Japan, to impede their businesses, they introduce similar kind of products. One company called UCC, they introduced black coffee, canned coffee. Then Coca-Cola introduced black canned coffee, exactly the same size. Tastes not the same, exactly the same, but black coffee to compete with them. Again, the same. this Pocari Sweat is a sports drink by another company. When Coca-Cola find out this drink became very popular, then Coca-Cola introduced similar sports drink to compete with them. Another company introduced milk tea, bottled milk tea, get very popular. Then Coca-Cola Japan introduced bottled milk tea. The market leader often takes this kind of action to compete other companies. They introduce similar products. This kind of behavior by market leader is called plugging. Plug means you put something on the hole so that something cannot come out. Now, suppose there's a hole on the street. Maybe that is a hole of the animal. There's an animal inside, and usually they come out from this hole. As a market leader, you put something on that hole so that animal cannot come out. This is called plugging, plug, to put the plug. And market leader try to impede other companies' business so that they cannot come out, like doing like this. So if your company is the biggest company in the industry, this is one of the strategies that you can take. Now, then, suppose if you are not the market leader, if your company is not market leader, let's say number 2 company in the market. If market leader does like this, introduce similar products like yours, what do you do?
Follow up.
Follow up. Well, Miss Cantoli, what do you mean follow up?
Follow up. For you like leader market do.
You also do exactly the same as market leader.
Yeah.
I see. Now, let's say Coca-Cola Japan, not only black coffee, but they have different coffee drink, maybe with different taste. Maybe your company will imitate their products.
Yes.
I see. Like a cappuccino, canned cappuccino.
Yes.
I see.
Coca-Cola have research already, maybe.
I
so
see.
they don't have capital.
Maybe that is one way to compete with them. If you are sure that your product is better, maybe you can win this competition. Or before Coca-Cola Japan introduced other kind of coffee, you introduce another kind of coffee. That is one way. So not to follow, but to be ahead of them. That is one strategy you can take as a challenger. If you are number 2 or number 3 company, that is the way you can do. Okay? Or stick to your own strengths. Here, UCC company is, UCC means Ueshima Coffee Company. Ueshima Coffee Company. So their expertise is coffee, because they also has their own coffee farm. So they have a strength. If they have a strength in coffee, no, you will stick to the strengths, coffee, and try to provide better taste coffee or different kind of coffee. Then in the end, maybe Coca-Cola, it's difficult to follow what you introduce. This is another way to compete with them. And another means of competition, utilization of unique core. It is similar to stick to own strengths, but maybe coffee itself, the expertise in coffee itself it cannot be too unique. If you have something more unique technologies, you can use it. You can stick to it. This is the example of the Seiko Epson. Seiko Epson. Seiko, originally they produced this kind of watch because they are very famous with this kind of watch. Why they could become so famous with the watch? Because they developed the precision machining technologies. It's very good quality. And when they enter producing this kind of printer, they use this precision machining technology in the printer. So they had these core technologies and they use this unique core technologies in another product. Again, think about your company's products, what kind of technology you use. Is there something very unique when you produce your products? Maybe you can use that technology in another product when you introduce. If you combine, you can be very unique in that industry. That is a utilization of unique core. And talking about this unique core resource, there is one theory by Gary Hamel and C.K. Prahalad. It's called core competencies. Maybe you heard about this word before, core competencies. If your company has core competencies, unique, different from others, you will be strong in the competition. What kind of core competencies? What can be the core competencies? According to them, there are 5. Immutable resource, something difficult to transfer, maybe some technologies, something which cannot be substituted, or something very scarce, like diamond. Diamond is not like what you can get in any places. It's very scarce, no materials, scarce, and also durable. So according to them, these are the 5 elements as core competencies. And thinking about your organization, suppose you cannot find any unique core technologies or any of these core competencies. Still, you can think about something to be different from others using the resources you have. That is a unique allocation and balance of resources. If you try to change how to mix the resources, then it's possible to be different from others. One example, Uniqlo. Do you know Uniqlo? No, that is a company.
We know Uniqlo.
Oh, you know Uniqlo. Okay,
Yeah.
You know Uniqlo.
Uniqlo
And also Zara. Do you know Zara? No, apparel company.
Zara,
Yes.
S&M.
Yes,
Uniqlo.
H&M.
Yeah.
Uniqlo, Zara, H&M, they have a similar, all of them have similar system in the production and sales. And originally, Uniqlo introduced that system first. What is different from ordinary system? Before Uniqlo introduced this system in apparel industries, usually designing of the clothes, purchasing the fabric, and sewing the products and selling, these processes were done by different companies. There was no company which do all the processes before. So the shop, they sell the clothes, but they don't produce it. They buy it from someone else. But as a producer, no, they will send the product they produce to the shop. When shops cannot sell all, they get it back. The shops return these products to the producers. So what producer does when they sell to the shops, they will add more, they will set the price higher because there is a risk of the returning products. For each processes, different companies, in that case, each company try to get the profit. No, they will add more, they will set the higher prices, and also thinking about the risk of the returning the products, they will set the price much higher. And that is why, as a final product, the price of the product itself was not so low. Uniqlo introduced the total system from designing, purchasing the fabric materials, and sewing and selling all by themselves. Then they reduce the risk of the returning the products. Of course, there's a risk that they cannot sell the products by themselves at the shops in the end. But in that case, maybe they will have a special promotion, try to sell all the products. Usually, when we go to the Uniqlo shop in Japan, sometimes there's a special bargain for certain products, which was produced maybe 1 year ago, but still not sold and remain in the shop. They will be sold at very, very low prices. So by having this kind of system, they could reduce the cost and they can provide the products at lower prices. And Zara, H&M, they all introduce a similar system. So thinking about this system, basically all the processes are the same. What Uniqlo did, just try to integrate all. So the allocation of the resources, how to set the whole processes, they use exactly the same process, but in different way. In different, again, suppose you don't have any core unique technologies, but still it is possible to be different. If you change process production, or if you change some part, the way you sell the products, still is possible to be different. So again, thinking about your companies, you don't have to disappoint with your company, even though your company does not have a unique technologies, because it still can be different in the market. Okay, do you have any questions? Oh, it's okay. Okay, let me continue. Now, here, I want to introduce two companies as a case. One, Komatsu, one, Samsung. Now, Mr. Donsik Kwak, today I introduce one South Korean companies. Okay, one case, Komatsu. Komatsu, that is a producer of this kind of construction machine. Before, Komatsu was a market leader in Japan, but they were not the market leader in the global market, because before, in the global market, the biggest company of this kind of product was a Caterpillar. And the name of the company was Caterpillar from US. Then Caterpillar once decided to enter the Japanese market, and Komatsu was afraid because they are coming. The biggest company in the world is coming to the Japanese market. And Komatsu was thinking what they should do. Before, they try to be a good student. That means they try to meet certain level for the quality, for the cost, and for the services, everything. But they thought to compete with Caterpillar, they have to select some elements and try to be different from Caterpillar. What they chose was pick up three keywords: environment, safety, and ICT. For the environment, that means environmentally friendly machine. To realize more than 20% less energy consumption. So they try to be more energy efficiency products. And for this purpose, they try to spend more money on the research and development. And for the safety, yes, they try to make sure that their products has the certain level of the quality from their activities of the total quality control. And also for the ICT, they decided to install GPS in all the machines. And this GPS, of course, it indicates where the machine is, but also this GPS sensors collect the information of what kind of conditions that each machine has been working. Sometimes very dry area, sometimes very humid area, sometimes not so good conditions. But those information are collected with this GPS. And this kind of information was useful because if Komatsu has such information, they know when each machine needs repair. And usually for the repairman, they need some kind of the components, new components to replace. And Komatsu, using this information, they send the spare parts to the customers in advance. So the customers, when they had some problems with the machine, they don't have to wait for many days before they receive the spare parts because Komatsu send in advance. And with these, the three keywords, Komatsu could compete with the Caterpillar. Means of competition, this is the price differentiation, how they differentiate the product from Caterpillar. And another case of Samsung, but not the Samsung as a whole, but their semiconductor business. Samsung is one of the biggest, not the biggest now, but one of the biggest producer of semiconductors, especially memories. Of course, for the IC chip, that is Intel, that is the biggest. And for the ordinary semiconductors as a production, now Taiwanese company, TSMC is very big, but Samsung, it's a giant of the producer of the memory. But they were not the giant from the beginning. Up to the beginning of 1990s, American company and Japanese companies were competing in the global market. These companies from two countries were the top companies, the top producer of the semiconductors. But because they compete so much, they are interested in only the most advanced technologies. The semiconductors technologies develop so fast, and they are interested in only the latest technologies. But in the global market, not all the areas use the latest, advanced semiconductor with advanced technologies. Some market, maybe they still use the semiconductors with medium technologies, not the advanced. Samsung, when they decide to enter the semiconductor industry, they think about their strategies. They thought, because companies in two countries, US and Japan, they are already the market leaders. If they compete, if Samsung compete at the same market, it's difficult for them to win because they are the newcomer. So they decide to enter the semiconductor market in slightly different market. That is the medium tech volume zone market. Their target market was not US or Japan, but like a Southeast Asia or East Asia. Now, still, the market is huge because of the growing population in those areas. And their strategy works. And in the end, they find out they make a big profit from this medium technology volume zone. After they are successful in this medium technology volume zone, it's like a product differentiation, differentiate the product level from these companies, and they became successful. And after they became successful, of course, they got much profit. They reinvested those profit in the production facility of the slight higher level semiconductors. So first, they entered with a medium technology semiconductor, made a profit, use that profit in the investment of the facility of slightly higher level technology semiconductors. Like this, they continued this and gradually came closer to US and Japanese companies. And now they replaced those companies. Japanese semiconductor companies is not so good anymore. Samsung much, much bigger. This is how they developed their semiconductor industries. Started with this, but later exceeded this with the advanced technologies. So product differentiation, and that product differentiation benefit them, and as possible. It was similar for TSMC, Taiwanese companies. They also entered with, not with the advanced technology, but medium technologies. That is how latecomer enter the industry and get some volume of the revenue and profit and try to upgrade their technology. This is how they did it. So even in Laos, maybe in the future, if there's any producers of certain products, even though they are not so competitive now compared with companies in other countries like Thailand or other Southeast Asian countries, it's possible if you learn from Samsung's strategy. Okay. It's 10 minutes to 7 o'clock. Okay, do you have any questions so far? Oh, I think maybe I talk too much. Do you understand this cycle of differentiation? But at least remember the means of competition, means for differentiation, at least remember 4. Then from here, you can expand the way you differentiate. Okay. Maybe we don't have enough time for the group discussion, so we will have a group discussion after the break. Let me talk 10 more minutes, start talking about here, leveraging competitors' characteristic. Okay. Here, oops. Sorry. Answering one of the questions from the beginning. Now, one group says, was it Mr. Katia who asked how to avoid the competition? It's better. Yes. Yes. This is how to avoid the possible competition. One example, the simple one, standardization and patents. If you develop the technologies, if you get the patent, for other companies to compete with you with similar products, they need to use your patent. So to compete with you, they have to buy technology from you. Then maybe competitor doesn't want to buy from the competitors. Then that is one way to avoid the competition. That is a simple one. Another one, suppose there is the supermarket only in one region. Let's say supermarket only in Luang and supermarket which has a shop all over Laos. Now, this small supermarket in Luang Prabang, maybe they decided to have a special promotion. And with this special promotion, people started buying these products. If at another supermarket of the supermarket chain, which has a shop all over the country, if they need to compete with this small supermarket in Luang Prabang, in their shop in Luang Prabang, maybe it's possible to have special promotion, similar kind of special promotion. But if this big supermarket chain introduce special promotion in their shop in Luang Prabang, that means they also have to introduce that in other shops in different cities, in Vientiane, in Pak Se, or in different cities. In that case, maybe it is not so good, because if they do special promotion at all the shops, they will have less profit. So in that case, they cannot do the similar actions. They cannot counterattack. This is one way to avoid the competition itself. Or suppose, think about this kind of mobile phone. Now, this is a smartphone. Many of you use this kind of phone now. Before, we used this kind of phone, mobile phone. Maybe young people never use this kind of mobile phone, but I used it before. In Japan, there's a company called NTT Docomo. NTT Docomo, it was the market leader. It's the market leader of the mobile phone in Japan. They were very famous with some application of this kind of old type of mobile phone. And when Apple introduced iPhone in 2007, many other companies, they tried to also sell iPhone or try to imitate smartphone, but NTT Docomo, they couldn't decide to enter the smartphone market. Why? Because they were too good with this kind of mobile phone, with their application. So if you have competitors, if you introduce new products in the market, and if your competitor have to introduce similar kind of product as yours, but by introducing this new product, they need to abandon the old product they sell. Maybe they are reluctant to introduce these new products like yours. So think about competitors' products. Think about similar function, but different products, new products. If you introduce new products, similar functions, but plus with new functions, slightly better than your competitors' existing products, what your competitors have to do is to introduce similar product like yours. But by introducing this, they have to abandon these existing products. They are reluctant to do that if they are too good with these products. this is one way to avoid the competition. To think about the counter action by the competitor and to prepare some kind of conditions that your competitors do not want to strike back. That is the way to avoid the competition. Or this case, huge investment for cost reductions. Suppose there is a market, but again, niche market. Because it's niche market, the market itself is not too big. If you enter this market first, and if you dominate this market, maybe others do not want to enter this market. Because to enter this market, they need some investment. But they know, even though they enter this market, most of the market is already dominated by you. In that case, even though they enter the market, they cannot pay off their investment. In that case, they don't invest from the beginning. They don't enter the market. So if you can find such kind of market, that is one way to avoid. Okay, I want to explain this, another framework, co-opetition, but I don't think we have enough time before break time. So let's have a break now. And after the break, before I explain this, we will have a group discussion. So see you after 15 minutes. Now it's 6:58, but it's okay. We will start from 7:15. Okay, so have a nice break. See you after 17 minutes.
You
Recording stopped.
Okay.
Professor, I
Yes.
sorry, I have a
Yes.
question.
Yes, Mr.
Means
Katia.
in these words, means of competition. What is
Yes.
what means mean? Means mean channel or what? How can you identify in other words of means? It's not meaning, right?
How to compete.
Okay, how to compete. Thank you. Thank you.
The way to compete. Way for competition.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, everyone, welcome back. So let's have a group discussion now. And today's topic is here. Again, tuk-tuk operating company. Suppose you are owner of tuk-tuk operating company. Think of means of competition, ways of competition for your company. Now, remember, we talk about several ways, weapons for the competition, like a product, supplementary services, price, brands. Please feel free to imagine that you can utilize up-to-date technology if you want. So you think about the means of competition for your companies, how to compete, how to be competitive with your tuk-tuk operating company. So is it clear? Now, I will send you to the breakout session. Maybe you don't need 20 minutes or 15 minutes. We will see you after 20 minutes. Okay, but group, maybe not everyone needs back. I don't. Okay, I will send you to the breakout session. See you later after 15 minutes.
Ôi, khó chạy được tụiนี้ Ôi, chị nàngหลับเลยเมื่อกี้นะแบบว่าโอ้เบิ้นตาบ่ขึ้นกระเจี๊ยบคือบ่ค้างอยู่กระเจี๊ยบบ่ได้เปิดไมค์โอ้ย
ไม่อ้ายเป็นไม่
Netซ่าอาจารย์ธนาทำไมเนี่ยจังไงเป็นข้างๆนี่แหละ
อ๋อจังได๋เราต้องเว้า4ด้านนี่เลยว่ะ
คือซีเมนที่ว่าคือว่าเมื่อแรกงงกับคำถามอยู่ถ้าเขาเป็นเจ้าของอันบริษัทรถตุ๊กๆเนาะดำเนินกิจการแบบนี้จริงกับมีอาจจะมีช่องทางในการแข่งขันใดๆเขาจะแข่งขันใดๆวิธีการในการแข่งขันเขาให้คิดให้จินตนาการว่าเอาใช้เทคโนโลยีที่ทันสมัยในไหนอย่างหนึ่งที่เราต้องการมี
เขาเป็นบริษัทอันให้บริการตุกๆว่ะ
แมนแล้วเขาสิแข่งขันเขาสิมีวิธีแข่งขันกันเนี่ยในไหนนะแข่งขันกับผู้แข่งกันตลาดว่าเขาสิทุกมีนั่นแหละมีประสบการณ์ คือว่าเขาจะแต่งกันได้ปะ
จ้า
นี่บ่ค่อยเข้าใจเลย
ซาน้องหันบ่คิดว่าแบบตุกๆแบบบ้านเฮาอะนะซาน้องหันน้องคิดแบบคล้ายๆ Uber บ้านเขาเจ้าอะนะที่ว่าหรือว่า Grab บ้านเขาเจ้าที่ว่าแบบสามารถเอิ้นได้แบบใช้โทรศัพท์เอิ้นได้โดยแบบคล้ายๆว่าเฮาสมมุติเฮาอยู่นี่เนาะมันจะมีแอปนึงที่ชื่อ Loga ของประเทศลาวอะนะอยู่นี่โดยแล้วเฮาสามารถเอิ้นให้เขาเจ้าแบบมารับเฮาและอยู่ในแอปนั้นสามารถคำนวณราคาได้เลยว่าจากบ่อนนี้ไปหาบ่อนที่เฮาไปหั้นนะมันสิถูกเท่าใดแล้วสามารถเลือกประเภทรถได้อิหยังซี้หั้นนะน้องบ่มั่นใจว่าสิแบบเราสิอยากให้เฮาคิดแบบไปทางตุกๆแบบ 3 ล้อบ้านเฮาบ่หั่นน่ะหรือไปทางแบบสไตล์แนวนี้หั่นน่ะ
ก็คิดว่าน่าจะเป็นแบบของต่างประเทศนะคิดว่านะ
เนาะ
ประมาณจิรพันธ์เว้าหั่นแหละ
น้องก็คิดคือว่านี่
ส
หั่น
ไต
น่ะ
ล์ลาโก้หั่นแหละ
โลกาเอ้ย
เออ เปลี่ยนชื่อกันจะอีกละ
โอ้โหเป็นชินเสื้อแล้วปะโอ้เป็นบริษัทชินเสื้อญี่ปุ่นเหรอปะ
ลาโก้นโทรหาตลอดจนเบื่อ
สงสัยเราจะโทร
แสด
หาง
ว่าถึงโทรหาตลอด
แยบเขาโทรอีกเด้มันก็ติ้งตลอดหั่นนะเปลี่ยนชื่อไปเลย
รู้สึกเมื่อยรู้สึกแบบโอ้โหแบบออกห้อนโตเลยนะตอนนี้
ซ้ำเฮากับอัน
นะ
เฮาก็เฮ็ดกันเฮาก็ว่าลักษณะคล้ายเครือนะลาโก้โลกานี่แหละเนาะ นั่นแหละคือโลกานี่นะร้านคือน้องจิรพันธ์ว่าแหละเพราะแอปเขาจะผสมบุญได้นะว่าคิดรายราคาพร้อมหาแต่ว่าอันที่จะไปแข่งคือเฮาบ่ต้องแพงปานนั้นน่ะคืออันน่ะพวกอันน่ะโลกานี่อยากแพงเติบได้แม่นบ่
เฮาคันซั่นเฮาก็สามารถใส่เป็นแบบส่งแบบคือมันจะมีโลกาไบต์เนาะที่ว่าแบบสมมุติเฮาไปผู้เดียวสิเฮาก็สามารถเอิ้นโลกาไบต์ได้ที่ว่าเป็นรถจักรหั่นน่ะมันราคามันก็สิถูกลงแล้วมันก็จะมีอีกรถประเภทหนึ่งที่เป็นประเภทอันที่ว่าบ่มีแอร์หั่นน่ะอันนั้นก็สิถูกไปอีกสินะ
อ๋อรถไฟฟ้าไม่ได้ใช้แอร์
โดยแม่นประมาณ
ก็
นี้
แต่ว่ารถพวกโลกาพวกนี้ส่วนหลายอันเป็นรถไฟฟ้าเนาะที่บ้านเฮาเนาะ
อันซาน้องฮู้หันแม่นเขาเจ้าใช้รถแบบทั่วไปอีหยังแน่ค่ะ
รถทั่วไปก็มี
โดยแม่น
แม่น
เป็นรถของแบบของเฮาเองอหยังซั่น
ก็สิว่าราคาแพงเลยเนาะกิโลเมตรหนึง 5,000 กีบเนาะ
แม่นเริ่มจาก5,000
แล้วมันรู้สึกว่าอาจารย์ญี่ปุ่นเพิ่นเที่ยวแบบเทื่อหนึงประมาณ50 500,000นึงเลยเที่ยวเดียวเลยจะเพิ่นมาแต่ในเมืองหาดโยม
คันไปดมดุมาหาแถวอนุสาวรีย์นี่ก็ประมาณอยู่หลักแสน ประมาณนั้นแหละ
นั้น
ทางแพง
คือเราต้องไปเอา4จุดนี้มาเว้าบ่มันมีแบรนด์มี product service นี่นะเอาแต่ละจุดมาเว้าบ่หรือว่าเลือกจุดใดจุดหนึ่ง
อืม
คิดว่าเอาหลายเอาแบรนด์เฮาอันเอาหลาย choice เลือกเนาะคืออันไปว่ากับน้องอันจิรพันธ์ว่ามีรถจักรรถ
จ้ะ
ใหญ่
เนี่ย
รถไฟฟ้าที่ว่าคล้ายๆรถอยู่ในกอล์ฟหั่นน่ะเนาะเห็นแต่ขี่แบบ
โดย
อยู่ในกอล์ฟนะมันคือกันสามารถแบบเราจะเป็นใช้รถคือเฮายางเอาไปกินข้าวบอยอย่างสามารถเรียกได้หั่นนะ
ตัวนั้นมันสิบ่จัดอยู่ในตัวอัน product กับ service ว่ะแบบเรามีหลายทางเลือกให้กับเจ้า โดยการที่เพิ่มมีบริการทางรถจักรนั้น
แม่นอาจจะเป็นทั้ง product แล้วก็ service ได้เนาะ
แม่น
คือแต่ละ product ค่ะนะมันก็จะเกี่ยวข้องไปกับ price บนที่ว่าแต่ละ product ค่ะมันก็จะมี price ที่มันเริ่มต้นหั้นต่างกันสิเนาะ
อันจะว่า
แล้วแบบ
ชื่อกับอย่างก็มีแอร์ก็จะคือมีแอร์ก็จะราคาสูงขึ้นตามลำดับแบบนั้น
แต่
เนาะ
ยังบ่เคยขี่รถไฟฟ้าเนาะรถไฟฟ้านี่บ่ได้ใช้แอร์ว่ะตัวอีโคคาร์
อีโคคาร์ตัวนั้นบ่มีแอร์เป็นพัดลมอยู่ทางในตัวนั้นจะถือกว่าว่าซั่นแล้วในนี้ก็ยังมีบริการแบบคล้ายๆ Express นำได้ที่ว่าแบบสามารถเอิ้นเอารถไปรับเครื่องไปส่งเครื่องได้อีกนะเฮ็ดแบบนี้ได้บ่แบบเพิ่มเป็น product ของเฮานำจังซี่นะ
มีเพิ่มบริการการส่งเครื่องเอิ้นรถ
แม่นแบบคล้ายๆว่าเอิ้นรถแบบคล้ายๆว่าคือแม่ค้าออนไลน์บ่หยังซี้
มันฟู้ดแพนด้าแม่นบ่
โดยสไตล์ประมาณนั้น
เป็นเอ็กซ์เพรสเนาะ
เป็น Express นำได้หั้นนะ
แม่นพูดไอเดียได้เพราะว่าอันเราอยากฝากปื้มคืออาจารย์วิทยานาฝากปื้มนี่ก็โทรหาโลกานี่แล้วก็มาฮอดแล้ว
ครับเอารุ่นเนาะ
เขาจึงจ่ายเองนะแต่ว่าคันไปฝากอยู่ห้องอารุณพัทยาเวลาอาจารย์วิทยานาสิไป การเฮ็ดบินนี่อย่างนั้นมันยากนะนี่นะสิเป็นยากหาดิแล้วอันนี้มีแต่คอยในแอปเนาะคลิกปุ๊บแล้วจะมาหาอาจารย์วิทนาแล้วอาจารย์วิทนาจะป้าปุ๊บมาเลยนะก็ดีนะไอเดียนี้
แมนน้องคิดว่าอันนั้นก็เป็นอีกหนึ่งเซอร์วิสที่ดีค่ะนะ
อันนี้มันจุดแตกต่างที่เขาใช้อีกมุมหนึ่งเนาะในการเป็นตัว competitivity การแข่งขันกับลูกค้าเนาะ
โดย
บ่ได้แต่เฉพาะรับส่งคนเขายังรับส่งเครื่องพร้อม
ตัวนี้มันอยู่อันตัวซัพโพนี่หว่าตัวซัพโพนี่นะ
ตัว
สไลด์ที่
supplementary service นั่นแหละ
ตัวเสริ
ตัว
ม
นี้น้องคิดว่าตัวนี้อาจจะมาอยู่นำตัว supplementary
ตัว
service
ทรงเครื่องเนาะ
ตรงเครื่องโดยแม่ตัวเป็น express อะนะนุสาเอาความเห็นใด
โลกายังบ่ฮู้ว่ามันอีหยัง
ๆโอ้ยตุกลาวอ้ายคิดสไตล์แบบแกปอยู่ต่างประเทศนั่นแหละ
อันนี้สิเห็นเยื่อมแถวอนุสาวรีย์นี่เด้มันจะค่อนข้างนี้หลายเขาจะจอดถ่าไว้แถวนี้เลยลูกกานะอ้อมๆแถวนี้พอแต่เอิ้นหรือว่าแอปเด้งไปแล้วแม่เขาเจ้าก็แล่นมาโดย
เป็นรถใหญ่บ่เป็นรถจักร
มีรถใหญ่รถจักรรถใกล้รถอันไฟฟ้าตัวที่รถเมล์น้อยก็มีอะเนาะ
โอ้รถไฟฟ้าเหรอ
รถไฟฟ้ากันมี
วันนี้ครบเลยเนาะ
จุด
product service และการ supplementary เขาก็มีแล้วเนาะแล้ววันนี้
ขึ้น
ร้านเชานี่น้ำมันแพงไหมเขาสามารถเฮ็ดราคาแบบคู่แข่งนำบ่ทันเฮาได้บ่
แพงเขามีอีกอันเขามี EV ค่ะหันดีไอเขาสามารถให้ลูกค้าเลือกตัวที่มันเป็นอัน
อ่าร
ถ EV ได้แม่น
EV คาร์
โดย
อีวีคันมันตัวรถบ่มีแอร์นี่หว่าใส่ตัวนั้นหว่า
อันตัวนี้หั่นนะเขาเจ้า X กับ BYD หั่นนะ
แม่น
เขาเจ้า X เพราะว่ารถ BYD หั่นนะมันเป็นรถ EV เนาะแล้วตอนนี้หั่นเขาเจ้ามา X กันว่าแบบเวลาแบบมีแขกนี้ให้สามารถเลือกได้อีกสิหั่นนะว่าเขาสิเลือกรถมีน้ำมันบ่หรือว่ารถที่ว่าเป็น EV สินะถ้าเลือกรถ EV ก็อาจจะถูกไปแดงจังซี่เพราะว่าตอนนี้เขาเจ้ามีบริการที่ว่าสากแบบ EV อีหยังนำหั่นนะ
อีโคกับ EV นี่คือกันบ่อาจจะเป็นอันเดียว
แม่นเพราะว่าอีโคก็คือเป็นมิตรกับสิ่งแวดล้อมนั่นแหละบ่เผาน้ำมันได้อิเล็กทรอนิกส์vehicle CTV นะมันย่อมาแบบนี้แต่ว่าอีโคกับ ecosystem นี่แหละสิ่งแวดล้อมนี่แหละ
เป็นรถเนาะ
ส่วน
ยังด้านแบรนด์เนาะ
นั่นแหละแบรนด์เฮาสิตั้งซื้อขึ้นมาว่าเดี๋ยวเราได้
เขาตุ๊กเข้ามาตักใช่บ่
แบรนด์หรือว่าเฮาสิตัวอย่างอาจารย์ได้เว้าว่าตัวแข่งขันแบรนด์นี่แม่นเว้าถึงด้านใด
แบรนด์อาจารย์ยกตัวอย่างแค่หลุยส์วิตตอง
เจ้าแบบเว้าถึงด้านโฆษณาหรือว่าด้านใดนะ คือเขาจะว่าเขาอยากให้อันนี้เขาอยากแบรนด์เขาเป็นที่รู้จักเนาะก็คือซีเมนต์สร้างเอกลักษณ์เพิ่มการโฆษณาว่ะเนาะว่ามันแข่งด้านไหนวะ
แบบจือแบรนด์มันง่ายๆเด้ค่ะ
ต้องสร้างแบรนด์ที่เจอง่ายว่ะ
ถ้าเป็นนิว
เดี๋ยวก็
เปลี่ยนจากตุกๆเป็นตัก
เปล่าแล้วคือ
ตักมันจะเป็นรถตักถ่ายนารถตักอันนี้
ต๊อกๆกันนั่นแหละ
ตักอันมาตักมัวได้เนาะตักอันservice
ๆนั่นแหละตอกๆก็ได้เลย
เนาะ
ตอกรถอีแตน
สิบ่ได้ให้ไอ้ตัวอย่างเฮ็ดคอนแทรคกับรัสเซียแล้วนำเข้าน้ำมันมาเฉพาะแล้ววันนี้เฮ็ดเป็น supplementary แล้ววันนี้มีน้ำมันราคาถูกแล้วก็ใช้บริการลูกค้าถูกนะ
2 นาทีไผสิเว้าคุมเอา
ทราบบ่ท่านอนุสาห์นำเสนอแล้ว ทีมนี้อย่างประกอบส่วนไผยังบ่ได้เว้าเด้
ที่
สม
ทาง
อาจารย์
ทิศทางอธิบายก่อนทิศทางต้นบน
ช่วยกันบอกเอาจังไหนดี
ก็ต้องเอาหัวเรือเลยขึ้นต้นดีก่อน
ผ่านมิถุนาปอสันหรือว่าสั้นกับเอ้ยทิพย์ไพวร2 คนเป็นบ่สั้นนั่นพวกเอ้ยเมาแล้วเวลาอาจารย์ถามหรือว่าเสริมอหย่างพวกน้องสิเสริมสวยก็ได้
ไว้เดี๋ยวสิคิดภาษาอังกฤษทันเนาะรถจักรเฮาสิใช้ว่าจังได๋
มอเตอร์ไบค์
bike
บ้านเลย
ได้มอเตอร์ไบค์ก็ได้
ไว้สนิทเลยเนาะนะบ่ฮู้ตัวที่ว่าอัน EV หยังนั้นน่ะบ่ฮู้ตัวนั้น
EV ก็แม่น electric vehicle
อิเล็กทริกเวไฮเคิลเว้าย่อก็ได้อาจารย์มิถุนา EV หรือว่า Eco ก็ได้
เอาสิหมดเวลาเนาะคือเฮาเว้าตัวแบรนด์นี่เฮาสิเว้าว่าเฮาจะสร้างชื่อที่ชื่อง่ายชื่อตอกๆสิว่าสิเอาตัวเว้าตัวนี้
ตอกๆก็ได้
transport service ว่าซั่น
ตอก transport service
โอเคกรุ๊ปเขาแม่นกรุ๊ป3เนาะ
ส่วน price นี่แม่นเฮาสิใส่ว่าเฮาสิ start from เท่าใดดีหั้นน่ะใบนี่ start เท่าใด
จากกิโลเมตรนึงเท่าไหร่
เอาตามราคามาตรฐานเลยคิดว่าอันนี้เริ่มต้นจาก 5,000 กีบเลย
5,000 กิเฉพาะรถจักรว่ะเพราะว่าเฮาสิมีหลายประเภทดิเฮามีรถจักรรถใหญ่รถ
รถใหญ่ 15,000
คันรถบ่มีแอร์เด้กิโลเมตรเท่าไหร่
7,000 บ่ถ้าน้องซื้อบ่ผิด
เขาอาจจะใช้รถ EV มันถูกเพราะเขาส่งเสริมเขาจุดแข็งของเขาเกินเขาจะแข่งเรื่องสิ่งแวดล้อมนะอยากให้เขาเจ้าอยากสุขนิ้วแต่ละคนมาใช้รถสิ่งแวดล้อมนะรถไฟฟ้านะเขาจะตั้งราคาตัวนี้ถูกกว่าแบบเพื่อเป็นเป้าหมายของรัฐบาลพร้อมนะเพื่อเป็นยุทธศาสตร์อีกอันห
ถ้า
นึง
เฮาก็เน้นเป็นรถ EV เนาะว่ามีเป็นรถ EV ที่ว่ามีทั้งรถจักรแล้วก็รถใหญ่แล้วก็สามารถเป็นทรงเครื่องได้หั้นน่ะ express เนาะแล้วก็มี
Okay, everyone, welcome back. I hope you had a good discussion. So let us hear what you discussed. Let's start with the group 1. Group 1 members.
Teacher,
Yes,
I am representative from Group 1.
yes, Mr. Paktavi.
Yes, we have 2 points to discuss. Is the first,
Recording in progress.
the first is the competition of tuk-tuk. We have competition is a motorcycle rider,
Hmm.
taxi driver, bus, and electric car.
Hmm.
But the second point is use technology mean of competition for quality service
Hmm.
and create application to help customer,
Hmm.
such as the application can show price, show kilometer, show time, and show schedule,
Hmm.
and change detail to electric tuk-tuk. And we have make a tuk-tuk association, and this is a association group can renovate tuk-tuk and paint of the paint of travel to show in the something space in the tuk-tuk for show the customer, and will promote travel in Laos. Yes, and we change the seats for seats relax and easy and modern. Yes, that's all for our group.
Okay, thank you so much. I have several questions. First, you mentioned about riders, taxi, bus, electric cars. So these are your competitors.
Yes.
I see. And to compete with taxi and bus, for example, you are going to introduce technology for the better quality services so that you will be differentiate with this service.
Yes.
I see. And also application, which shows several information.
Yes.
So in this case, technology is used to improve the tuk-tuk service itself, or is it kind of additional supplementary service? Which one?
And I didn't know. Can help me name some traditional.
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
We think use the technology for the help passenger for subscribe for subscribe.
I see.
The tuk-tuk. Example from morning market to Dongdok village can use the application for the service.
I see.
Yeah, like we know timetable. How far, how minute tuk-tuk will arrive.
I see.
Yeah,
So I see. So using the application, you can ask tuk-tuk driver to come to the place where you are.
Yeah.
And it shows how far is it to the destination, how much it is.
Yeah, and also renovate tuk-tuk or design more comfortable to sit.
I see. Not look like an old type of tuk-tuk.
Yeah.
I see.
It outdoor, not like same a bus and taxi. It's just enjoy outdoor maybe.
Yes, great. And I have one more question. You mentioned about association. You did association to renovate.
Yes.
What?
Because we have a tuk-tuk association in Indian. Yeah.
Yes.
We training together and we do together how to improve tuk-tuk.
I see. So maybe tuk-tuk for ordinary people, it's the image of tuk-tuk is old car, not so clean and not so cheap. So as an association, you are going to change this image as a whole.
Yeah.
I see. So somehow you compete with other tuk-tuk operators, but somehow you cooperate with them.
Yeah.
Right. Very interesting discussions. Any questions from Mr. Bankam? You want to add something?
Yeah, I think forecast good service for the passenger carry lab for the service tuk-tuk. I think have the music for the.
I see. So it also has the music.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Interesting. Any questions from other group? Okay. If no questions, thank you, group members. Okay, let's move to the group 2.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
Yes.
On behalf of group 2. So for our discuss for the competitor and at all quite similar group 1. So first for the competitor is taxi, motorbike, buses or minibus, and van. So for
what was this last one? Van.
Minivan or van.
A van.
VAN.
I see.
Yes, van.
Yes.
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 Yes. And for the technology, we use or create application for service.
I see.
Yes. And use maybe EV car like Group 1. Yes.
I see.
And
EV.
we will promote our service on social media to help to for help or for comfortable for customer and for transparency for customer.
Transparency.
Yes, about like price, how much price per kilometer.
I see.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, thank
So,
you.
yes, at all, yes.
So the last part, transparency, especially like foreigners like me, you know,
Yes.
we don't speak, I don't speak Lao language, and maybe the tuk-tuk driver said, okay, from here to here, very expensive prices. But if it is very clear how much I should pay, maybe more and more people use.
Yes, yes.
Okay, and social media, again, use the social media for what purpose? To promote?
Yes, maybe we use on Facebook or YouTube, or we can promote our service.
I see. And the EV, because most of the tuk-tuk are very old cars and emit so much like the gas.
Yes.
So EV, is there any EV or electric tuk-tuk already?
No, not yet, but we think in the future we should use EV tuk-tuk.
Yes, then more cleaner.
Yes, cleaner, yes.
I see. Very interesting. And okay, any question from other group?
I have the share for my group.
Yes, Mr. Tom.
The one for my is like I have the social media promotion, and another one is easy for to know the our service for tuk-tuk service. We have app, right? But maybe I think that some foreigner or some people don't know how to access to get the app, our app. We have the promote for the virtual in like in airport or in some migration. Or we have the barcode for scan to can download the app to use it.
I see.
Yes.
Okay.
And another one information we still have the tuk-tuk associate to the promote to another person to want to use that one.
Tuk-tuk association again, like group 1, and
yes,
the purpose is the promotion of the tuk-tuk itself.
Yes, like we have the associate to promote and to understand if who to join or to have this business should have the one standard, like not low or not high the price, and like not have the some the โกงลูกค้าว่าจะไหนก็โกงลูกค้าตัวลูกค้านะ
corruption to avoid the corruption.
Yes,
I see. Okay, so thank you. So again, association to change the image of the tuk-tuk industry as a whole and try to avoid the corruption by some tuk-tuk drivers. Okay,
I think that's one is the benefit for the customer and the care for them, because mostly we know the tuk-tuk service or taxi like they like they do something the price is different for the another one, like corruption more, and told him very afraid for this one.
I see. Okay, very interesting. Any question from other group?
Yes, can I add more some?
Yes, Mr. Panamos.
Yes, in the group too.
Yes.
The application not only the pick up like the passenger. We can add the other service like the delivery. Maybe it may be helps more income for the tuk-tuk driver.
Delivery, you mean the food delivery?
Maybe not only foods, maybe some clothes, some other thing. Yeah, that maybe you stay at home and then you buy something on the store. Maybe you can call the tuk-tuk, buy through the application.
I see.
And they send to your home, something like that.
I see. So application, maybe somebody at home can order something, and then the tuk-tuk driver receive the information, go to the shop, buy those products, and deliver it to your home. Oh, very interesting. Then tuk-tuk drivers, even though they cannot find customers all the time, they can also earn some money by doing this. Oh, okay, very interesting. So it's like a supplementary service, additional service, right? Very interesting. Thank you very much, Group 2 members. Let's move to the Group 3. Group 3 members.
Yes.
Yes, please. Okay. Oh, Miss Vitina, okay.
I represent Group 3
yes.
to about our group discussion. Yes, for the brand, we will use name that are easy to remember, subject tuk-tuk transport service. Yes.
Okay.
For the product, and we will use EV car to protect the environment.
Okay.
And we have many options for customer, such as bike service, car without air conditioner, car with air conditioner, and each price will be different. Such as for the bike service, each price is at 5,000 kip per kilometer. For car without air conditioner, is priced at 7,000 kip per 1 kilometer.
I see.
Yes. For car with air conditioner, the price is little higher. For supplementary service, we also have a delivery service. Yes.
Okay. Thank you. So first, you mentioned about brand, establishing the brand, especially with having the name. But tuk-tuk transport service, it's a tuk-tuk transport service. It's a name of. I see.
This is to remember.
Or maybe to establish a brand, you can think of some unique name. Like a LJI transport service, something like this. I don't know. In this case, LJI stands for. Okay. And also, this group differentiate the price and clearly show the price, but based on the quality of the car, tuk-tuk, with air conditioner, without air conditioner.
Yes.
I see. And also this group have a supplementary service, delivery service, like Group 2. Delivery service, in this case, is it exactly the same as Group 2 or slightly different? Different kind of delivery service? Yes. Yes. Yes, Mr. To. Mm. 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 I see. So your application has a special technology. It's calculate the optimal what the direction of the all tuk-tuk drivers and find out the best solution so that it can goes to the same direction as customer wish. Mm. 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 I see. Very, very interesting system. So it's a different kind of application. Any question from other group? No question? Okay, thank you, group 3 members. Let's move to the group 4. Thank you for waiting. Group 4 members.
Yes, teacher.
Yes, Mr. Patumban. Yes.
Yes. I'm volunteer from group 4.
Yes.
For the competitions of our company, we will use electric tuk-tuk. Can reduce global warming, reduce air pollution to attract customers to use service, and also have booking online by using apps like Group 1 and Group 2.
No, I see.
And also use the machines that can calculate money like a taxi meter. Like a taxi.
I see.
Yeah, calculate money based on distance.
Yes.
Yeah. And also join a travel company for serve tourists from tour. Join together with a travel company for serve foreigner, for serve tourists from tour.
I see.
Yeah, that's all.
Okay, thank you very much. Interesting that you collaborate with the travel company so that you have additional service to the travelers. They maybe, combine with the tourism and take them to some touristic area and so on. So interesting. And first, you mentioned about global warming. How do you reduce the global warming?
I use electric tuk-tuk, EV car can reduce global warming.
I see.
Reduce air pollution.
Okay, so because they use electric tuk-tuk, it will reduce the emission. I see, emission gas. Yeah. Right? Interesting. And this group use price meters so that the customers will know how much they have to pay like a taxi.
Yeah, don't have corruption.
I see. Right? Okay, thank you, Group 4 members. So everyone, thank you very much for the interesting discussions. And it's interesting. Some of the many groups talk about the using the technology like electric vehicle tuk-tuk to reduce the environmental problems, and also some groups talked about association, and you mentioned about not only competing with others, but sometimes collaborate with others, cooperate with others, because you want to enhance the image of the tuk-tuk industries. Maybe many people have the image that tuk-tuk is very not clean, with so much emission gas and so on. So very interesting idea to raise the image by having the association together. Okay, great. Thank you so much. And let me continue with my explanation with my materials here. Now, I want to explain here co-opetition. Maybe you never heard this English word co-opetition. This is not the real English word, but something created by these two scholars, Brandenberger and Neilbach. Now, when you discuss tuk-tuk, again, some of the group mentioned association for collaboration. Now, this co-opetition also talk about the collaboration, even though they are competitors. And rather they are, in this framework, the company is not called competitors, but they are called complementers. And maybe explain this, I will explain with one example, co-opetition. This is an example in Japan. You know McDonald's. There is McDonald's in Japan. You now know Yoshinoya. No, I talked about Yoshinoya. It's a restaurant chain, fast food restaurant chain of the beef rice bowl. And today, I want to introduce this restaurant, Hidakaya. Name of the restaurant is Hidakaya. That is a restaurant chain. Ramen. Ramen is a noodle in Japan. Noodle restaurant chain. And what is special with this Hidakaya? McDonald's or Yoshinoya, they have really good system by themselves where they should have a new restaurant. Now, to calculate the potential number of the customers in the future with their special application software, putting all the data. They really have the good system. And they invest, McDonald's or Yoshinoya, they invested quite a lot of money for this kind of software. Hidakaya, they never invested on such kind of system. Rather, they always have a shop, have a restaurant near McDonald's or Yoshinoya, because they know they select the area which is suitable for such kind of food. Hidakaya, the food itself is different, not hamburger, not beef rice bowl, but they provide noodle. Then why they can benefit from their system for the new shop location? Because here, this is a price of Big Mac in Japan, 390 yen. It's about $3. Yoshinoya, regular size beef rice bowl, now about 350 yen. So the price is similar. That means the people who spend about this amount of money, about $3, $4 for lunch, come to this area often. They want to take some of the customers from them by having the restaurant near them. And then they thought the people, of course, there are many people who like McDonald's, many people who like Yoshinoya, but even though you like eating hamburger, maybe you don't want to eat hamburger every day for lunch. Monday hamburger, Tuesday hamburgers, Wednesday hamburgers. Maybe people do not choose that. Here, even beef rice bowl, people do not choose eating this every day. So now usually people who come to these restaurants, they have offices near here. And sometimes people feel like they eat something else. Not hamburger, not beef rice bowl, but something else. And they decide the location near them because they know sometimes people want to eat something else. So they provide noodle. So it's possible that people eat hamburger on Monday, beef rice bowl on Tuesday, and noodle on Wednesday. By imitating their location, they get benefit. Hidakaya get benefit. Hidakaya is a competitor of McDonald's or Yoshinoya, but sometimes they get benefit from their competitor system. Sometimes they cooperate each other. Why they cooperate each other if they are located closer? No, because they provide more options for the people for the lunch. Then if there is more options, usually people tend to come. More and more people tend to come because there are more options. And so in that sense, they cooperate each other, invite more and more people in this area. They are competitors, but they are also complementers. They complement each other as an area for providing the lunch. And look at the price of this noodle. Usually, if you go to the noodle shop in Japan, one noodle costs about $6, $7, $8. But price here, $3, very cheap. Why they set the price like this, cheaper price than ordinary noodle? Because here, one Big Mac costs about $3, a little bit more than $3. Yoshinoya, the same. So if they complement, if Hidakaya exists as a complementer of McDonald's or Yoshinoya, the price should be similar to this. If the price is 700 yen, they cannot be a complementer. To be a complementer, to have a co-opetition situation, they should have this price. Now, as I explained, this is much lower price than ordinary noodle. To realize this kind of the price, they established a kind of central kitchen system. Central kitchen system is, even though there are many restaurants in the chain, they have only one kitchen nearby. And they cook at this place and deliver to each restaurant. That is a central kitchen system. And if you have many shops, many restaurants having this central kitchen, then you can reduce the cost. So this is the way they reduce the cost and provide noodle at lower cost. Also, opening hours, usually McDonald's and Yoshinoya, they open until late, like until 10, 11 o'clock at night. So they also open until late. Try to have something similar. So this is like a price, not price differentiation. They don't differentiate price, but rather they have similar price. It's like a price assimilation. And product differentiation, of course, product itself is different, but again, they complement each other. So this kind of situations complement each other. It is called co-opetition. Co-opetition is the mixture of the word competition and cooperation. Co-opetition. That is from Brandenburger and Nailbach. And I would like to introduce one more case of the differentiation for the competition. This time the case is Mabuchi Motor. Mabuchi Motor is a producer of the motor. And especially these motors are used in the toys or some other products, not too big. And before Mabuchi Motor, there are many producers of this kind of motor, small size of motor. But usually these motors were produced, it's a kind of customized motors, not standardized motors based on the requirement from the customer manufacturers. Mabuchi Motors, they considered to be a leader of the industries. They need to have a kind of the lower price. They chose the price competition, but to realize this price differentiation, they need to change the system for the production. Before, customized motors, usually produce the motors customized, the cost is higher. But if you want to reduce the cost, it's better to have a standardized size and model and do the mass production. So to have a low price motors need mass production, and for mass production, custom made to the ready made should be changed from custom made to ready made standardized motors. So the standardization of the design was important. But one problem, because customers, they are used to having the customized motors, and usually they are reluctant to change to the standardized one. How Mabuchi Motor find the customers? Usually market leaders, they don't want to change the situation. So they didn't set the target customer company. They didn't set the market leader as a target customer companies, but rather targeted the followers, like a number 3 or number 4 position in the market. Because followers, they try to imitate, but somehow, because they are not so big, it's difficult to reduce the cost. So if they can reduce the cost, they can have more profit. That is why if they use a standardized motor at lower cost, they can get more profit. So Mabuchi Motor utilize the characteristic of the followers and try to sell the standardized motor to them. It worked, and they can get some customers, get popular, and later this kind of standardized motor became the standard of the industries. No more customized motors, but standardized motors became the major components. And of course, to reduce the cost, they also established the factory in different countries at lower labor cost, like in China. So again, for the competition, they had a price differentiation. To realize this price differentiation, they changed the way they produce the products from customized to standardized. And to find the customer for their new standardized motors, they utilize the characteristic of the followers, and they were successful in selling these standardized motors. So that was the Mabuchi Motor case. Do you have any questions so far? No? If not, I would like to continue explaining this blue ocean. Have you ever heard this blue ocean strategy? No? No? Okay. Before blue ocean, there is a red ocean. Here, Kim and Mobon, they wrote the book together, Blue Ocean Strategy. According to them, Red Ocean is the market with so many competitors. With so many competitor market, again, you have to compete continuously. If you have to compete continuously, you have to do many actions. For each action, you need some money for making such kind of actions. So if possible, it's better to avoid having such kind of competition. Again, winning in the competition, it's good. It is necessary in the business, but to have better situation, to have higher profit, it's always good to find the area, space, and market where you don't have to compete with other companies. Again, in the Red Ocean, too many competitors. So why they use the Blue Ocean? Blue Ocean is the market without competition, without competitor. Then how you can find such Blue Ocean market? They suggested several way to find out some ideas of the Blue Ocean. But before you use this framework to get the new idea, they show this kind of diagram. What this diagram shows. This is a case of the barber in Japan, barber to get a haircut. Ordinary barber shop in Japan, usually price is not cheap. If we go to the traditional barber to get the haircut, we have to pay like $30, $40. It's very expensive. Haircut, $30. And why? Because sometimes they have some extra service, like washing the hair or sometimes shave. So with such kind of extra service, the price gets higher. But usually for the haircut, it takes not a short time. It takes about 1 hour, about 1 hour, because they do many things. So here, price high, and treatment is many treatment, extra service, and hygiene, well, in the middle. But thinking about the saving time, waiting time, they need to wait for a long time because they spend 1 hour for each customers. So when one barber shop company was thinking how they can avoid the competition with ordinary barber shop, then they draw like this. No, again here high, low, and pick up some of the issues related to the haircut, barber, and draw the line. Red line is the ordinary barber shop. Shapes like this. If you have the line opposite to the ordinary barber shop, no, here, blue line, you can see it opposite move. When ordinary barber shop has high, QB house, low. When it is low, when ordinary shop have low, high. So again, one way to find out the Blue Ocean, thinking about your competitors, ordinary service products, pick up some of the aspects which is related to the product or service. Like in the case of barber, like a price, reservation, extra service, hygiene, save time, haircut, and so on. Then draw the line of your competitor's products. Then try to draw the opposite line for your product or service. Here, price, low, no need of reservation, no extra service, just a haircut, and save the time for the haircut. No, I said usually ordinary barber shop, it takes 1 hour. Here at this QB house, when you want to get haircut, it lasts only for 10 minutes. Very quick service. So they draw the line, opposite line, and try to realize these services. Low cost, shorter time, something like this. Then this is the way they find the blue ocean. Now, the QB house is very, very popular barber shop in Japan. It's cheap, price is lower, and quick. And also they have this kind of air system. After they cut the hair, usually at the barber shop, they have a shampoo and wash the hair, but they don't wash the hair. They just use the vacuum cleaner. I will show the video tomorrow. So again, drawing this kind of diagram, then more easier for you to find out what kind of element, what kind of aspects, at what level your service or product should have if you want to be in the blue ocean market, not red ocean market. And one more. Here, the method to find out more new ideas, new value curve. Here, value curve. This is the curve. Red line, red curve is ordinary curve. Blue curve is a value curve, which can bring you more value, new value to the customers through your products or services. How to do that? 4 ways. To reduce something, eliminate something, raise something, or add something. Reduce. Here, price, it was high, reduce the price. Here, the extra service, eliminate extra service. Time, before the people have to spend so much time, now people can save the time. Again, reduce the time. And also raise the hygienist. They have a special kind of unit for each haircut person. And so raise this kind of hygiene and also create or add something new. Here, they introduced air system, vacuum cleaner system for the haircut. So again, if you cannot get the good idea to have this kind of value curve for your products or services, try to reduce something, or try to eliminate something, or try to raise something, or add something. Then you can find the new value curve, and that is unique, and your product and services will be in blue ocean. Do you understand this? Is it clear or not clear? Difficult. Then at least remember this word, blue ocean. Blue ocean is a market without competition or with less competition. Red ocean is the market where you have so many competitors. You want to avoid that kind of red ocean. I'm not sure if your business is in red ocean or blue ocean. Usually finding the blue ocean is not easy. That is why Kim and Mobone created this kind of framework, no? So that to make it easy for you to find out the blue ocean market. Any question? I understand it's a little bit complicated, but at least remember this word and remember 4 actions you can find out this value curve. See? No question. Okay, no question. By the way, this is not a group discussion. Just think yourself. Yeah, let's say number 2. Eliminate, add, reduce, or raise something from, here. Imagine chocolate snack. If you go to the shop in Laos, you can buy the chocolate snack. Imagine the chocolate snack, which is sold in the shop. You want to find out the blue ocean. Chocolate snack, usually many producers produce chocolate snack. So you can find many kinds of chocolate snack in the shop, right? Suppose you are one of the producers of the chocolate snack. You want to find out the blue ocean for your chocolate snack, not to compete directly with other chocolate snack. If you try to find out new kind of chocolate snack by eliminate something or adding something, reducing something or raising something, what kind of chocolate snack idea you can get? Anybody can answer quickly if you get some ideas. Imagine the chocolate snack you always eat, or cookies, or cake you discussed in the group before. Usually those snack cookies, many producers produce. You don't want to compete with them. You want to find the blue ocean for your products. Then, what kind of new idea for your chocolate snack you can get? When you explain, just say, okay, I got this idea, new chocolate snack. I got this idea by eliminating or adding or reducing or raising something. So anybody have some idea? Nobody? For example, chocolate snack, usually it's sweet, but I'm an old man, so I don't want to take too much sweet sugar, because if I gain the weight, it's difficult to reduce the weight. So maybe I want to eat the chocolate snack without sugar. Here, in this case, eliminate sugar from the chocolate snack. Then what kind of chocolate snack you can have? Or maybe add something. Chocolate snack, but not only chocolate, you add strawberry flavor, you add something special, which others have never produced. That is also one way.
Chocolate with collagen.
Miss Cantoli, chocolate with?
Collagen.
Collagen.
Yeah.
For your skin.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. No, usually when people eat chocolate snack, people feel like, oh, I really want to eat this. Yeah. But this is not so healthy, maybe. But if it contains collagen, maybe people feel, maybe this is not so good for my health, but also good for my skin. Then you feel better when you eat. That is one way. Good idea. How about others?
Chocolate with CBD.
CBD. What is CBD?
CBD is the THC from marijuana. Cannabis. Chocolate with cannabis. CBD.
Oh, is Is it legal in Laos to use that, Mr.
But
Intapada?
in the USA or in the Europe, they are
Really?
legal. They are legal, but in Laos not yet now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Or maybe
Just my idea.
I see. Okay, so kind of marijuana add CBD.
CBD, yes, CBD.
Add CBD in the chocolate snack.
Chocolate snack for
And
your.
I see for
your healthy and happiness.
I'm not sure if it's healthy, but at least people can be happy when they eat.
You will smile and happy all day when you eat.
I see. And also when people eat once, they cannot stop eating.
Yeah. Yeah, thank
Okay,
you.
interesting idea. Thank you, Mr. Intapada. Some others? Reducing, eliminating. So, no, this is the way you get the idea for the blue ocean. So, maybe tomorrow, think about your service and products. Think what you can eliminate, what you can add for the new idea for the blue ocean for your company. Okay, so that is a blue ocean strategy by Kim and Mobile. And the rest of the time, I want to explain one more, changing competitive structures. Now, the changing competitive structure, blue ocean strategy is one way to change the competitive structure because you find something new and it changed the structure of the competition. In fact, this company, QB House, introduced new system of the barbershop in Japan. Some other company imitated and followed, entered similar kind of market of the barber. Then that means it changed the structure of the competition of the barber industries. Now there's a different kind of market. How you can change the competitive structure in different way? Now, again, conventional type of differentiation. With conventional type of differentiation, just differentiate in products and price, service, or brands. It does not change the structure of the competition. Now, another case here, Nintendo game machine. This is one of the game machine. And usually before Nintendo introduced one kind of game machine, this gaming machine was usually for the children, not elder people. But Nintendo, the Japanese company, wanted to change this kind of structure of the market. They introduced some application software for the game. This is kind of the tools that elder people can use to activate their brain. Now, when we get old, the function of the brain gets non-active, but still, if you train with some kind of the trainings, then you can keep your brain more active when you get old. So Nintendo also introduced another kind of gaming software for elder people. And this kind of change or the change of the rules, focus, bring the new structure of the competition. Now, gaming market is not only for the young people, children, but now new structure of the competition, gaming is also for the elder people. And I show the example of the exercise with the gaming. Because they change the structure of the competition, they also get that idea. Now with this gaming machine, they can also do the exercise at home. And another type of differentiation, changing the competitive structures, you can imagine Apple, iPhone. When Apple introduced iPhone, no, Apple intended not to introduce new type of telephone. They wanted to introduce new device, which is the hub of the digital network. They didn't consider it just a phone. They consider it hub of the digital network. That is why iPhone had the functions to download some kind of software like a music or TV program, movies, can do even the shopping. Now, before this device, we couldn't do it with our mobile phone. And by introducing this kind of product, it's totally changed the competitive structure. So this type of, the fundamental change of competitive structure, it's kind of higher level type of differentiation. There are several levels of differentiation. Conventional type of differentiation, new type of differentiation, which changes the focus and rules of the competition. And company like Apple, they had higher level type of differentiation, changed fundamentally the competitive structure. So this was changing the competitive structure. And this is the summary of the competition fit to the strategy, which we learned yesterday and today. First, you need to identify the industry, your industry, what industry you are, and identify competitors. After you identify the competitors, you try to understand their characteristic to compete. Then define the position and means of competition. Define what kind of position you are going to compete. Then you decide what kind of weapon you will use for the competition. And for the means of competition, sometimes the focus or balance in the differentiation here. Differentiation is important. Maybe you will focus on one differentiation, or maybe you will cyclically introduce different differentiation. Okay. Then, as I said, competing and winning the competition is good, but it's not the best. It's better to avoid the competition. So for that, to leverage competitors' characteristics, understand the competitors and try to prepare the conditions that your competitors do not want to strike back. That is the approach to avoid the competition. And lastly, there are several levels of the differentiation, and differentiate for fundamental change of competition structure is the most highest level type of the differentiation that others have the difficulty to follow, to imitate. So this is a summary. Do you have any question about this? No? Maybe you feel tired now. So I spent 2 days for the competition fit to the strategy, because this is really important in strategic management. Now you know 5 forces model. Now you know generic strategies. Now you know blue ocean strategies. Now you know product portfolio management, PPM, or business screen. Those framework very, very famous. And again, in the future, as an MBA holder, you will definitely face some situations where you need to discuss with other business people using these framework. So please try to remember these framework. They are very, very famous. And definitely you will hear those words many times after graduation. Okay, questions? Any questions? No? No? Tomorrow you will be fresh and you can think of which point you could not understand more clearly. Yeah, after eating chocolate and also after eating something else, think about your business and your work, how to be in the blue ocean. Okay, even though we still have 10 minutes, let me stop now and I will stay for a while. So if you have some questions, you can remain and ask the questions. So thank you for your participation and see you tomorrow. Have a nice evening.
Recording stopped.
Yeah, see you tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Sayonara.